Ready, take two. 1, 2, 3. You're not playing right. Okay, ready? Take 3. Welcome to Speaking of Thanksgiving Extravaganza. I'm Jared.
Extravaganza! I'm Kate.
She's really excited. So, do you want to show?
Yes, we're having a traditional Thanksgiving dinner of toast, popcorn, jelly beans, and pretzel sticks.
Yes.
Thanks to Snoopy's grandma. And Snoopy. I still don't understand.
I think it's just Snoopy. I don't think it had anything to do with his
they
grandma.
went to grandma's house. Somebody's grandma's house.
Well, they had to
there.
at the end because Snoopy served this horrible Thanksgiving dinner, and Charlie Brown was afraid to invite all of his friends over. But then Grandma said it was okay because grandmas are cool like that.
But see, then weren't they at grandma's house? They didn't move at all, or did they take it with them?
No, they went in the station.
I clearly
they go
need to
in the
watch it
station
again.
wagon at the end of the movie, and they sing "Over the River and Through the Woods." And that's how Thanksgiving Charlie Brown ends. Actually, that's a lie. It ends with Snoopy and Woodstock eating a turkey, in which we learn Woodstock is a carnivore and
like
a
cannibal.
Thank you.
What are they called?
Apparently, Mad Cow is catchy.
Oh, and I gotta tell you, this is a pretty good dinner.
Are you gonna have the toast?
No, I toasted it too early. It's a little chewy now.
Well, we had a hard time not eating the dinner before the show because we were waiting. We've had technical difficulties. Yeah, we know about our technical difficulties. No one needs to point them out.
Devin.
Just saying.
If you can't hear us as well, we're trying to be as loud as we can be.
That's right. They can hear us up on the 4th floor. I don't know what you're talking about.
I also have eggnog. Special recipe.
You're gonna get people. Oh, wow. Okay, let's talk about something, shall we? You didn't come here just to watch us eat and swill our eggnog. Or our muscle monster. Are you okay?
I'm good.
So, Kate and I, through the years on the show, have told you about our stalking experiences.
Yes.
And we are proud to report that
we still
got it. We got it good.
Now, I will say to start, I wish that
Deep
we
breath.
had taken it a step further. But Jared would have none of it.
And I've got to follow this up the step further a little bit later. So do you want to start the story? Because this is your person.
This is what happens.
Kate had the mark this time.
It's my person. I had the mark. This is what happens if you give too much information. Okay? So, do we say who it is?
Let's leave it vague, I guess, because, it's bad enough that we stalked this person.
I know. And that means we won't be showing you the photo, but we'll describe it in detail.
Unless we get permission, then we can show the photo.
That's true. Okay. So.
I could just blur out the face.
That's
Producer thinks you can talk now. Who gave you permission to speak?
I thought it was a puppet.
Stanley Walker's cousin. Stanley Walker. Sorry, go ahead. Finish your story.
Anyway, wow, Thanksgiving's going to be fun this year. So anyway, this person that I interact with, wow, the words just are not coming today. It's not the eggnog, I swear. Anyway, I was given too much information about,
Don't ever give us too much information.
I was told, so in the context of explaining the dread of going on a double date, I was given the date, location, and time of said double date. How am I not to show
What's
up?
a girl to do?
Right? I mean, and then add to that the description of the story of the double date and the whole, well, I'm, not looking forward to seeing these people and having to, converse with them all evening. And the one is just really easy to pick on. And I'm thinking, well, I'm always signed up for that. You got an easy target, bring them over. So
I like when you talk and I can eat.
Great. So I make the comment, and there was forewarning here, and I said, I kind of feel like I should show up and pick on this person with you, and, oh, ha, ha, ha. Well, we did. So not only do we go to the restaurant in advance so that we can wait
so
for
we
them
can
to
case
arrive.
the joint.
Yes,
Let's be honest.
It's true. We cased the joint, which we do.
cased it, but good.
Yeah, we
I
did.
mean, we really.
Okay,
Let me tell you, really.
It's not like we moved in or did sketches.
No, but we're really good. That's what I'm saying.
We are good. We are good. And Jared looked like a hobo.
I did. I
just
was
throw that out
totally
there.
undercover. I was ready.
He looked like a man-bunned hobo.
I did.
No
we
less.
have that. We
yeah, you
posted
saw
that.
it. We
Yeah.
posted a picture of that. At
Yeah,
any
yeah.
rate, so we see this person and their date walking, and
Across
so
the street.
we're like fiddling with the camera or whatever, and I look up and I see them, and I'm like, Jared, there they are. And so we watch them walk in, and then Jared, who they have never seen before,
That's right.
Jared goes in and slyly takes a photo of them from behind.
So what's funny
As they're
about
standing in line.
this story is this is what cracks me up. Nobody says a boo. Like
perfectly
it wasn't
normal.
like I was sneaky at all. I'm not gonna lie. I walk into the restaurant. I stopped people. People had to go around me because I just suddenly put on the brakes. I put up the camera, take the picture, and leave.
The only thing that I wish had been different in this scenario, and we discussed this,
Yes.
that I was hoping that, or rather, in retrospect, I was thinking that you could have slipped one of the business cards into
Oh
your
yeah.
pocket.
I could have totally done it.
Yeah, but we didn't think about that until later. However, so then I wanted to stay and have dessert at this restaurant, which would have been great because then we would have been heard and seen in later on.
By the way, I mean, keep going. I have an idea.
Oh boy. But Jared said no. So whatever, we didn't stay.
We had work to do, which I'm going to get around to that.
We did do some very good work. Anyway, so we leave, and about maybe 10 minutes later, if that, I send a text message to this person, quoting some like ridiculous positive, optimistic.
Have fun tonight, or be nice,
be nice, whatever.
something like that.
And then
Something we would never do in real life.
Yeah, we would never actually say that. And then put the picture on there. The response I get is, seriously? And we weren't sure if that was in reference to the quote.
Seriously? Or it was seriously?
Yeah. And I was upset that we missed out on the
reaction.
where are you? But alas. The next time I saw this person, I was greeted with that was really creepy, by the way. So I knew we had won.
Please. In the end, this person was happy that they looked just as good coming from behind as going in.
It's true. It's true.
So speaking of our other mission, and I'm going to throw this out as a challenge. Kate and I recently did a publicity stunt.
We did, and it was a lot of stunt work.
It was.
I still kind of hurt a little bit. I think I pulled something.
So we visited, how specific should we be?
We visited a bookstore.
A bookstore.
Maybe we can visit a couple more bookstores to broaden it a little bit.
There we go.
But so far we have visited a
bookstore where we distributed 50 business cards throughout 50 books.
Speaking of business cards. Yes.
Oh.
I wanted to be specific.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of... I thought she was launching into it. I'm like...
Speaking of business cards.
This wasn't on the agenda.
No.
Like,
They were
what are you doing?
cards that have speaking of on them. And we put them in very specific books.
We did, but to the point that we put so many out that I told Kate, had we been caught and asked to remove them, I would not have remembered where I put them.
I would have remembered a couple of them, but yeah.
So, somewhere out in this bookstore are free bookmarks.
That's right.
And what should we say? What should be the prize if they find one?
You can be a guest.
Perfect! If you find one, you
Have
can
to
be a guest. I mean, have to be a guest. If you are not in the Utah area, we will FaceTime you, Skype you.
If they're not in the Utah
interwebs.
area, how are they going to find it?
Maybe they're out of town.
Oh, I see.
Yes. We don't know.
Incidentally,
we're pretending that we have more than 5 viewers.
If you find the bookmark, I recommend that you buy the book as well. I mean,
Yes.
let's support our businesses because also the books that we put them in are bound to be good.
They are good because, yes, I tried to tie in not only the business cards, but things that Kate and I would actually read ourselves or have read.
Me too. Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you like this person, then you'll like us.
And we read a lot. We don't just binge watch on the Netflix. A lot of the time I do.
He reads a lot. You don't don't read anything.
I read licorice packages.
That doesn't count.
Oh, producer, because he's not allowed to talk anymore.
He just sent us a note. So apparently he wants
picture.
He wants proof
Yes.
that you found it. So yeah, take
Producer
a selfie.
wants a selfie with the business card
and the book
and the book
in the store
with the agitated manager in the background.
And I want you to say something loudly like, "They're everywhere."
Well, part of me has a secret hope that some of them stay in there for like years and years.
That would be
and then
fun.
somebody goes to buy them and they're like, "We thought we got rid of them."
Well, I'm not going to lie, and this may be a clue for our first location.
It's okay.
But
we should have a clue.
Because of the scarcity of people in the general vicinity,
Oh my gosh.
I am a little concerned
Let
that some
me
of these
tell
books
you,
will never be touched
the
by human
fact
hands.
that we made it out without our throats being slashed.
Well,
Poor producer is confused, but I make a point. Kate knows.
here's another clue. When I told the person we stalked that we stalked them, and that we didn't stay for dinner, but that we went to this other location, I was then greeted with, "Wow, you went there and you weren't killed by homeless people?" And I
That's
said,
a big clue.
"Funny you should say that, because almost."
It was like a ghost town. Oh, speaking of ghost towns, but no, this. It's sad when you realize you've talked yourself into a corner. So, forget I said anything about ghost towns for a minute. Let's talk about the ball that we were not invited to.
Oh, that's right.
This place we're at is completely desolate. Okay.
Wait, let me paint the scene for you.
It's a dark and stormy
desolate.
night.
It is desolate. It's dark, and every time we turn a corner, we're for sure that no one is around, and we could definitely be murdered here. Okay, but then we come around a corner, and I see this like pathway made of those bags with candles in them.
And they're like real candles.
Well, yeah, and so what we see them, I'm like, "Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, wait, don't knock them over. Those are legit candles. We don't want to start a fire again." So we gotta be careful, right? So we see them on our way into the bookstore. Mm-hmm. Then we see them on the way out, but we also see this very fancily dressed couple. That's a word, right? And they're walking arm in arm or what have you.
Right.
But they didn't come. But here's the thing. The path went this way. They came from this way. So I'm thinking maybe they weren't invited either. But they went up the stairs, through the candles, to
the ball.
Well,
that we were not invited to.
We assumed there was a ball. There was definitely a photo op going on up there because they had like the big, you know.
They did.
Yeah, you know.
The only
like
thing that was
like
missing was a pumpkin and a horse.
For all we know, maybe they were there, disguised as something else.
And some glass slippers.
Because these days,
it was
the fairy godmother would be turning that pumpkin into like a Porsche or something.
It's true.
Let's be honest.
We did pass a few nice cars.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You were too busy concentrating on staying alive. But anyway.
Concentrating. I was too busy being mad about the stupidity that was the traffic directioning of the general area.
Because the ball caused a traffic jam.
Apparently.
You know how we should have gotten in that ball? I should have threatened that man bun that was working the door. Look, you either let us in or I'm going to snip that thing off right now.
Jared was so upset that the whole way home, all I heard about
was the ball
and how we should have been invited, and I told him you wouldn't have liked it. You would have complained about dressing up, and he said, "No, I would not have, because..."
I would have been going to the ball.
No, he says that, but then he's like, "I would not have complained about dressing up because it would have been my first ball."
Oh, that's right.
What do you do with that? Nothing.
Everyone wants to go to the ball.
Every nice girl, every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
It's true. And
anyway.
There ain't nobody prettier than us.
Anyway.
What's the time? How are we doing?
Who cares? You know what? If you're
somebody wanted a 45-minute episode, right?
Coming right up.
Excuse me.
In other news, there was something else I was going to say
about the traffic.
Oh, the traffic! That was ridiculous. They force us out.
Something else I was going to say.
First of all, they force us out of the parking garage into this narrow lane where oncoming traffic is coming, and then it's blocked off. So we're having to go between cones and the dumpsters. Another time we could have been killed, and then you have to find your way to merge into traffic. Really,
we probably shouldn't keep this going much longer. But
and the car that's coming out of the other garage is waiting for I don't know what, because they have a special lane just for them that ends just as soon as ours ended. It was just, whoever designed it should be fired.
So, I'm going to give another clue with this next story, because I just love this story so much as to our location. So, Kate and I, while we were out and about, we're in the candy store.
Like kids.
Surprise. Be surprised, right? So we're sitting in the candy store, and all of a sudden this 10-year-old just busts through the door. Wait!
He totally was. He not only was he legit out of breath, but he was legit waiting to tell us something important.
Yes. And
he had a message.
It was like, I was prepared, I don't know about you two. There's a man chasing me down the road! Call 911!
Somehow that didn't even cross my mind. Of course, I was thinking that he was going to say, I'm so glad I caught you.
I want your autograph, right? Because who doesn't? So we then get the story about how he ran all the way down from the Megaplex.
Yeah!
To get here on time, and I'm just out of breath.
And then his friends showed up. They didn't run, but he ran, apparently. I guess he had to get in first to keep the door open. I don't know.
Well, it wasn't. I thought he wanted like the best candy. I gotta get there before you fools.
There is a lot of bacon flavored things.
There is a lot. Speaking of flavors,
yeah, they had mints. They had. Did they have gum? They had
gum.
Candy,
they had licorice. They had
mints. They had everything.
They had
bacon.
Drinks.
Yeah, drinks, bacon drinks. Yeah.
Because I don't know how. I mean, I love bacon, but I'm a little
There's
bit.
a limit.
I'm a little bit
We're
leery.
purists,
Yes.
like real, actual bacon.
Oh, and then there was there were jelly beans. The bacon jelly beans, because I actually picked those up.
I didn't actually see these in the store. Maybe they came from a different store, but we saw these two delinquents. That's how our little friend referred to them when I mentioned, well, we did see two like teenage boys playing on the escalator, to which the response was, oh, so delinquents. I'm like, well, yeah. But they were, so we see them, and they're going, one's going down, one's going up, and one's in front of us.
They smell delicious, like juicy children should. Just kidding.
He's not. Anyway.
I need to get my I Eat Children shirt.
Yes,
then that joke will make sense. Anyway.
The one boy had in his hand, and he had to hold it in his whole hand.
Yes.
And it looked like this big gelatinous glob of honey.
It did. We at first thought he was sucking on a honeycomb.
Yeah, because he kept eating it.
And I'm not talking about the cereal.
So he's eating it, and I'm like, and so I asked him finally, I said, what are you eating? Well, it turned out they were giant gummy bears. And then I demanded that he give it to me. And then
he ran! Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
And then I said, just kidding. I do like it when I can freak out children. And
they didn't seem too impressed by us. They didn't want to have anything to do with us, mind you, but they weren't all that concerned either.
No, we don't still
Unlike the boy that was out of breath.
Well, now to give you some reference, not everybody understands that we have a history of being approached and latched onto by teenagers.
It's so
in
weird.
Public places.
It is so
we don't know.
Weird.
There was the one time we were at the Jordan Landing.
I think we've told this story.
Have we?
We have, in the early years.
Then never mind. Or
have a flashback to season 1.
But we'll have to get Nathan
something
to tell
about
you
cigarettes.
Which episode it was, and I told the kid though they were gonna, because the teenager was smoking, and I was like, "You're gonna die before you're 20."
It was hilarious.
Well, they needed to know.
It was a public service announcement. Let's face it.
I am all about the public service.
More people should have public service announcements and personal interventions.
Yes.
There's just not enough of those.
Let's start doing that.
That can be part of our Kickstarter too. We will give someone a personal intervention on your behalf.
I love it. Genius. Genius is created here. I need to stop talking.
It's so much genius they felt it on the 4th floor.
Clear on the 4th floor. Not only did they feel it on the 4th floor, there have been complaints. I'm just saying. You can imagine.
Okay. On that note, we're wrapping this one up. Everyone have Viewer of the Week! We cannot end this episode to save our lives.
It's a good thing we have Producer Puppet, because otherwise...
Producer Puppet. This whole organization is run by the Muppets.
Well, it's not a Mickey Mouse organization, that's for sure.
Nope.
Let's have...
Just go like this.
We have some people on our list and some people that are not on our list.
Oh, there, that's good.
Oh, yes.
Beverly.
Beverly is our Viewer of the Week. Why? Because she said she finally caught up.
nothing like having
That's
people
all we
tell
can
you
ask.
that they got around to finally watching your show.
Speaking of Beverly, I have to add this in here. There's this recent thing on Facebook where you can make a word cloud of your year's worth of Facebook posts. And in everybody's, they have like 4 or 5 words that are very large in the middle. Mine,
Beverly!
huge across there. And then all these little words all around it.
Did you notice that you're in mine? I did it too, and you're like off to the side, Kate.
I didn't see it.
I'll have
I
to
did
enlarge
find
it
your
for
name
you.
in mine though.
Oh, good. See, we're both in each other's word clouds.
Aww.
BFFs.
Tender. Yay.
After plenty years, we better be in a word
I should
cloud.
say, can't get rid of me
gracious.
that easily.
All right, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time.
Wow.
I felt like it needed a point.
That was suave.
Suave.
Or something.
Rico. Suave.
Like Uncle Rico?
I miss Uncle Rico.
You're the only one.
I saw a t-shirt with him
No,
on it.
no, no.
Okay, we really ended. Turn it off.